would like to have his perspective on the energy security policy of Romania, but also the importance that he puts into energy integration in Southeastern Europe for consumers in Romania, but also, of course, for energy security and energy transition.
Okay, first of all, I want to congratulate the hosts for organizing this very important conference after many times that in pandemic crisis we weren't in possibility to assure attendance in person. Our government insisted to be here in person in order to present Romanian developments in energy sector. In my previous activity as a president of regulatory authority, energy regulatory authority, I used to work with RAE and also in a team with the Bulgarian regulator authority, and we already are having many common actions that we done during the last 8 years. Yes, Romania is not depending in the much percentage of the gas imports or electricity imports, because Romania it's 92, 98 independent in natural gas demand, and actually in electricity we don't need imports just when the market it's evaluating with the very good prices in Romania registering imports. Romania coupled its day ahead market with another 3 countries, Hungary, Czech Republic, and Slovakia. It's presenting another measures in order to assure security of supply. For Romania, in this moment, are very important to put in place the Green Deal measures that were approved by the European Commission. So most important is to switch the power generation on coal, which is strongly penalized with the certificates, and these certificates are going into the price and are increasing prices, especially for the heavy industry, and it's affecting their competitiveness in the external market. So government it's obliged to support part of this obligation for those companies that are involved in many important external exchanges. So instead, using this money coming from the modernization fund, from the ETS action, with for the new capacities, we have to sustain the electricity bill for most important industrial companies. But in this way, there are some plans that we intend to switch as soon as possible power generation on coal to power generation natural gas, because Romania has this opportunity to use national reserves, and also we are interested to extend production in the Black Sea side, in which the small companies will launch their first production in the next year. And also there is generally expecting in Romania to obtain final investment decisions from the most important association in the Black Sea side, formed by the OMV Petrom and American company Econ. There are ongoing discussions between these very important investors and the Ministry of Economy and Energy in order to modify some provisions in the offshore law that weren't agreed by the investor, but in this moment, the government it's according very high importance to these investments in order to assure stability and to help Romania to become a very important regional hub, especially in the natural gas area. In the electricity, in the generation, we have a very important study issued by the World Bank that is proving that Black Sea side is very important for Romania, also for power generation in offshore farms, not just in natural gas. So they are proving that there are possibility to install over 70,000 megawatts in fixed foundation offshore farm and another 90,000 megawatts in floating offshore farms. And due to the nowadays technologies that are much more easy to put in place these investments, Romania could achieve in the next 5 years the results that are in this moment in the hands of the most important northern European states where they are using wind offshore farms. So we are very interested to put in place these opportunities, and the National Integrated Energy Plan for Climate Change for period of 2021 to until 2030, it's approving this kind of investments, and also we are supported by the very important European funds dedicated also for just transition and also for new recovery from pandemic crisis in the energy sector. I will share with you very good news that in October there will be final phase for BRUA pipeline that will be put in place in October, and also we are very interested to have IGB in function, the interconnector between Greece and Bulgaria, in order to avoid another source to be in the Europe and Central Europe, especially coming from another source that is in this moment due to the situation. If we all know the issue Nord Stream 2 or two line in the Turkish stream that aim to transport natural gas from the same source to another Balkan countries, and in order to assure another sources, we are very interested to put in place TAP corridor, part of the northern gas corridor assured by the BRUA pipeline especially. And speaking about natural gas, Romania completed also the very important pipeline between Romania and Moldavia. It's giving chance to Moldavian economy to have two possibilities for supply and to discuss with the existing supplier in other position, having chance to obtain natural gas from another source. Many investments will be put it in place, and I think that the regional cooperation Southeast Europe, it's very important, and as a historical connection between our countries.